You have just stumbled across my most important video on this entire channel. And I said that about 3 videos ago, but I've just been asked one of the most important questions of my entire life as an entrepreneur. And that is, how do I go about making 20 grand in the next 30 days flat if my life depended on it? So if I had a gun to my head right now and I would literally die if I did not make 20 grand profit in 30 days flat, starting brand new with no followers, no email list, no referrals, no past clients, with just the stuff that I know in my head, how would I go about doing this? So in today's video, I'm breaking this down and I'm doing it completely raw. There's gonna be no animations. There's gonna be no flashy this thing, flashy that thing, no Rolexes, no flashy cars, none of that. The production quality is going to be low on purpose. Here's why. This strategy right here took me about multiple 5 figures to even learn through mentors, courses, all that sort of stuff. You get the point. And I'm giving it to you for free. And all I ask for in return is you just sit your ass down and just watch. That's all you've got to do. And most people can't even do that. They're junked up on dopamine after dopamine after dopamine after emotional story after sound effects after Netflix style content, and they can't even sit down and think for themselves. Again, the reason why I do these videos and I go so in depth is so that you can make money first from my YouTube channel, and then you can consider working with me in the future after you've made money. That's my nefarious game plan, to make you money first and earn your business over time. So if you can't sit down and you've got a Peppa Pig brain and you think this is Looney Tunes, please leave. X off this video right now because it's not for you. Like I said, this is going to be my most important video I drop on this channel. And if you don't believe me, just literally download this video right now. Download this video right now. I'll wait. Download this video right now. You're going to need this one, and you're going to need to keep this one on your computer to refer back to over and over and over and over and over again. I am not joking. Some of the programs that I'm in right now charge 7 grand to 5 grand to even know this stuff. And I'm giving it to you guys on YouTube for free. Again, the nefarious plan is to make you money first. Then you will start thinking, hey, this Montel guy knows what he's talking about. I've already made money using his YouTube channel for free. Maybe I should work with him. So for those Peppa Pig brains, and there's still a few on this channel, I'm trying to get rid of them. If you're just like a kid or even an adult, first of all, if you're an adult and you can't even sit down for 2 minutes, what are you doing? But if you're a kid, I can kind of understand it, because you've grown up on TikTok. You've grown up watching all these flashy YouTubers that talk shit to you all the time about doing cold outreach. You know how stupid cold outreach is? I'm going to show you in a second. So if you can't sit down for 2 minutes to understand and learn this stuff without some sort of flashing animation, like I said, please leave. I'm trying to retrain my algorithm. I don't even want you guys on my channel anyway. Just leave. And if that offends you, if the shoe fits, wear it. So let's jump straight into this. So if I had a gun to my head and I had to make 20K in 30 days flat, or I literally would be killed, what would I go about doing? Now, first of all, we've got a lot to cover, so let's just jump straight into this, right? We're gonna jump straight into the very first fit. There's a few assumptions I need to make. Number one, I'm assuming you already have a niche. I'm assuming you already have a skill that you're one step ahead of somebody in. The next thing I need to assume is that you've got no followers on social media at all. You're not an expert, but you're at least got one skill. And you've got no email list, no past clients, no testimonials, or no referrals, right? It's a very difficult challenge, but I figured this stuff out. Here's what you must have. And I know that this is going to be shocking for people who would have thought that in business you need money in order to make money, but yes, you do. You must have, for this system to work, no matter how you slice it, and I'll show you why in a second, no matter how you slice it, you're going to need around 5,000 to 9,000 US dollars cash for this to work in 30 days flat, that is. If you have more time and you didn't have a gun to your head and you wasn't about to be killed, then you would have more time. So it'd be cheaper. You see, in business, you either pay through time or you pay with money. If you pay with money, you can save time. If you pay with time, you're saving money. That is the con of entrepreneurship. You either pay with time or you pay with money. Either way, you've got to pay. Well, put it this way, if you've got 30 days, you're definitely gonna have to put some money up front. You've got no followers. You've got no audience. You've got no leverage. You've got no digital programs. You've got nothing. You're going to have to use money, whether you like it or not. And no, cold outreach is not going to be helping you. Here's why. There is no way in hell a beginner, and I'm here to rip this band-aid off you right now. I'm here to rip this band-aid off you right now. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're talking shit. Turn off their YouTube channel immediately. There is no way in hell a beginner with no following, no testimonials, or any money to spend on any sort of ads or outreach system will be able to go from 0 to 20K a month in their very first month if they've got no cash. Hope that band-aid is ripped off for you. So if you're crying right now, do whatever you got to do to raise cash. Remember, in this scenario, you've got a gun to your head. So you got to start thinking outside the box. Maybe this is not financial advice, maybe get a credit card. Put it this way, if I had a gun to my head and I didn't have the 5 to 9 grand in cash, I'm getting a credit card. If I had time. If I had time. I'd fucking rob a bank if I had a gun to my head. That's hypothetical, obviously. So no, cold outreach is not going to save you. I know people, personally, I just had a call with somebody. Cold outreach is not going to save you. Let me give you a story. I know people, and a dude that I was just speaking to, who literally has a job in banking in London, which, by the way, just so happens to be the world's financial capital. So it's very competitive. What I'm trying to say is this guy's clued in, he's very smart. He's been doing cold outreach. He's a smart ass dude, 25 years old, in the financial industry in London, the financial capital of the entire planet. He works in finance, one of the hardest sectors to get into as a 25-year-old male. Extremely competitive. You've got to know some shit. You've got to be on your wits, is what I'm trying to say. This guy's not a dumb guy. Yet he's been doing cold outreach for 2 years and he's only set about 10 meetings, I think it was. It's actually about 10 meetings, and he's yet to close a client. So cold outreach isn't coming here to save you. If this guy can't do it, and he's literally got one of the hardest jobs to get in an actual bank, one of the biggest banks on the planet, in the literal most competitive sector, in the most competitive city on the planet, his brain's clued up. He's not a dumb guy. So I hear people say, oh, the people that can't do cold outreach say cold outreach doesn't work. This guy is literally a genius for his age, in one of the hardest sectors to get into. You think he doesn't know about communication skills? He's got one of the hardest jobs to get into in the world. And even he has been doing cold outreach for 2 years, set 10 meetings. So no, it's not about, I've heard somebody say on the lines of, oh, the people that are doing cold outreach and you're showing all these cold outreach things and people failing, it's because they're dumb. This guy's smart as hell. What are you gonna say now? All your excuses just gone. So let me show you what it actually looks like if you're going to do cold outreach, if you don't believe me. I found that, and I was speaking to a dude, and he said that he's doing around 4,000 cold emails, specifically cold emails, and he's landing 1 client from cold emails. For every 4,000 cold emails he puts in, he's landing 1 client. If you don't believe me, I'll probably throw some screenshots on the screen right now. This guy, so if we're doing 20K a month, right? If we're trying to get to 20K a month, we need 14 clients at 2K per month each. Let me explain why, because there's a media buyer. Obviously, if you're running an agency, there's probably going to be a media buyer. So factor in that there's going to be about $500 per month per client. So you're going to make 1.5K profit per client. So you need around 14 clients. If you do the maths on that, 14 clients times 4,000 emails, which means you need to send 56,000 emails, and you've only got 30 days to do that. If you take the 56,000 emails you need to send in 30 days, divide it by 30 days, you need to send 1,866 emails every single day for 30 days. Here's the craziest thing. I've seen people, and I've posted this on this very YouTube channel, go back on my channel, I've seen people do over 12,000 outreach, 14,000 outreach. These are 2 separate people. One did 12,000, one did 14,000, another did 8,000. And between the 3 of them, they've landed 0 clients. 8,000 outreach, 12,000 outreach, that's already 20,000 outreach. Plus the 14,000 outreach, that's 34,000 outreach between 3 different people in 3 different niches with multiple different scripts. And across all 3 of them, they've landed 0 clients. Cold outreach is not coming to save you. So if you had a gun to your head and you said cold outreach is going to be the thing that's going to save you, I'm here to tell you there's literal people working in the hardest sector on the planet Earth that can't even get cold outreach to work. And they're smart as fuck. So what makes you think you're going to do that as a complete beginner? So second step is, what are we actually selling? We've got to sober up here. We've got to sober up here. This is the sober realization that you're going to have to come to. You've got 30 days to get 20 grand in your bank, or you're literally dead. So what are you going to do? That basically means there's no time for growing an audience, growing on social media, growing a YouTube channel. That leaves no time for creating any sort of like digital product or physical products or anything like that. There's no time for that. There's barely even any time to get a website up. You've got 30 days or you're dead. So that means we can't create a digital product. We can't really create a flashy website. We can't really create a audience and build an audience or anything like that. So what you have to do is you're gonna either have to sell a service, because a service can literally be made up in thin air, or you're gonna have to sell coaching, because coaching is literally just speaking to people. It has to be one of those two things. You can't build a software in 30 days. You can't probably set up the AI automation in 30 days. You can't, it has to be something that you can come up with immediately, like today. Something that you can coach on today or provide as a service today. Now, services are super saturated. Here's why services are super saturated. Mr. Iman Gaji blew up, channel grew, more Iman Gaji replicas started jumping on the wave, talking about SMA. Now there's all these gurus talking about SMA, and now everyone's trying SMA, and every Tom, Dick, and Harry's trying to do SMA, which services now are just, you're a dime a dozen. You know what I mean? There's every Tom, Dick, and Harry is trying to run some sort of service-based business. So because services require a media buyer and a team to fulfill, and we want to be as profitable as we possibly can, every single dollar counts, or we're going to be dead if we don't make 20 grand profit. We need something that doesn't require a big team and that can be fulfilled instantaneously. Digital products are out the window though, because we can't build up a digital product in this amount of time. So I've opted for, and I think you all should opt for, if your life depended on it, you would need to opt for something like one-to-one coaching. Here's why. It's free, no delivery costs, instantaneous delivery. It scales much better because you can actually deliver it in a group setting and you get better client results. It's also free to produce. You don't need a team. You see how all this helps us, especially when we've got a frigging gun at the back of our heads and we're gonna have our brains blown out in 30 days if we don't make money. And because we have a gun at the back of our heads, it really clears up that you should probably stop messing around doing dumb stuff like cold outreach. Like this challenge here actually made me start thinking clearly. It makes you define the problem and solve the problem instead of messing about doing all this crazy stuff. Doing, oh, should I do cold outreach to this landing page? No. Figure out what the problem is and solve the problem. It also makes you realize that if you don't spend around 5 to 8 grand, 5 to 9 grand on ads, you'll be dead anyway. So you might as well blow it. Because if you don't blow it, someone's gonna blow your head off. Literally in this scenario. So, and because you're gonna be dead at the end of the 30 days, if you don't pull in 20 grand profit, you might as well offer some sort of outlandish, crazy guarantee. I don't really like these crazy, outlandish guarantees. You know that on this channel, but if I had a gun to my head, I would have to use it. You'd have to. It'd be so crazy, the guarantee that I'd offer, such as if we don't get you to 10K per month, I will literally wire you 10 grand, flat. Written in a contract as well. Something stupidly outlandish like that. Helping people scale some sort of business, and if I don't get you to 5K a month, 10K a month, I'll hire you myself. Something on the lines of that guarantee. It's got to be on the border of being insane that you're even guaranteeing, that the words are even coming out your mouth. That's how you're going to get attention. And this is like gun to head guerrilla marketing tactics here. Again, you're going to be dead anyway if you don't offer this stuff. So why are you thinking that far into the future about delivering it? This is a very good challenge. In fact, I put it here. It's a great little challenge that I'm presenting here to you guys on YouTube, because it gets you to think this way. If you literally was going to die in 30 days from now, you might as well offer a guarantee. You might as well just rip a bunch of money on ads, because you're going to be dead at the end of 30 days anyway. That really clears things up and sobers us up. You see what I'm trying to say? It makes you start thinking differently. So it's a great challenge because it makes you think differently. So let's break down the maths now. So here's the maths. You're going to need to sell a program at around $5,000 to 7 different people at $3,500, because that will allow you to spend around $12,600 on ads pause here because I know that everyone's going to be like, oh my God, I don't have $12,600 to spend on ads. You don't start there. You start with a lower amount of ads, maybe $200 a day, $300 a day, $400 a day. In this particular scenario, again, we've got 30 days or we're dead. So we're not even worried about how much we're spending on ads anyway. Doesn't even matter to us because you literally will have your brains blown out. Are you all starting to understand now? Okay, cool. So chill out. So I'm going to start with a lower price on ads. I personally recommend starting with like $5,000 on ads. That allows us to make around 35,000 in revenue, 12 grand in ad spend, which leaves us with about 22K in net profit in 30 days. I'm going to show you how you do this. This is just the overall maths breakdown. Your cost per book call needs to be around anywhere between $200 to $300 to make this profitable. Anything above $300, it still will be profitable. It's just that, I've worked out the maths here for you guys, which I'll show you in a second. And your close rate needs to be around 1 in 6 people. So that's kind of terrible, but I'm thinking because you're a beginner, you're going to have a terrible close rate anyway. Your cost per book call is going to be high. I factored all these things in. I know people are getting their cost per book call basically means how much it's costing you to generate a call. You run ads, you spend money on ads. It's a bidding platform. You have to throw ads in front of people's faces, right? Those people click on your ads, there's a cost associated to that click. There's a cost associated to them even seeing the ad, then there's a cost associated to that click. A cost associated to them signing up on your website, giving their email. That's what you call cost per lead. Those leads then turn into book calls. There's a cost per book call. You see where I'm going with this? And there are marketers that are getting, if you're good, you can get your cost per book call down to like $100. I've seen people get it even below that, but they're very, 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 very good marketers. We're starting, I'm trying to picture that you've never done this before. So your cost per book call is probably going to be about $200 to probably $300. Let's be real. It's going to be full whack $300. So I'm factoring in worst case scenario here. That means if you have your cost per book call is $300, it costs for every $300 you spend on ads, you book in one call, and you only are able to close 1 in 6 calls because you suck at sales. We all do at the start. Don't worry about it. That basically means you need 42 sales calls, and in order to get 1 client, you need 6 calls for every 1 client. You see what I'm trying to say? 1 in 6 close. That basically means you take 6 sales calls and you're able to close 1 of them. But each call costs you $300. So $300 times 6 is $1,800 is what it's going to cost you to acquire a new client. That's called your CPA, cost per acquisition. So we got $3,500 in revenue that we need to make out of 7 clients. So 7 clients paying us $5,000 each. It's $3,500. If you divide that by our total ad spend of $12,600, we're going to get a return on advertising spend of 2.77, meaning for every $1 we put into this particular funnel here, this is for funnel 1. I'm going to show you 2 funnels. This is for funnel 1. We're going to generate $2.77 back. So $1 in brings back $2.77 back. You see where I'm going with this? We've got no time to build an audience. We've got no time to do cold outreach. We've got no time to cold call. Those things barely work anyway. And if I had a gun to my head, do you think I'd be picking up phones and calling people, knowing that there's hundreds of other people calling people when I've got money sat in the bank or I've got a credit card that I can max out? I'm maxing it out, me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm maxing it out. I don't give a fuck. So let's jump straight into funnel number 1. Funnel number one is a simple VSL funnel. I know that you've heard this before. It's an automated but expensive way of getting clients. It's fully automated and this stuff works. This works religiously. Your favorite gurus are using this right now. Charlie Morgan, Sam Ovens, Alex Hormozi talks about this in his book. Everybody knows about this funnel. Everybody knows about this funnel. Everybody uses this funnel. The reason why they use this funnel is because it's low effort to set up, but it can generate high ticket clients very quickly. It has a short sales window. Somebody sees an ad, they click on a landing page, watch a video. You've probably done this with some of my funnels, in fact. And then you ended up booking in a call. On that call, the person either shows up, so aka you either show up, or you've got a sales rep that shows up. For now, you take all your calls. If you had 30 days anyway, which I haven't got time to look for a sales rep. So this is what the funnel is going to look like. You've got ads on YouTube and Facebook. You can test both platforms. I personally, if I had a gun to my head and I had to choose between either or, it would probably be YouTube. YouTube has less competition. Let me explain why I would pick YouTube ads. Think about it. If I was to say to you, what type of ads do you want to run right now? You would probably pick Facebook because you don't want to be on video. So because you don't want to be on video, that means you're going to run to the Facebook ads. And if you think like that, chances are 99% of the population thinks like that because you think it's easier just to run some image ads where you don't have to put your face on camera. Because you're all like, everyone's being a bitch about being on camera. I'd be like, okay, if you guys are all gonna be a bitch and not wanna be on camera, I'm going over here. I'm gonna go run on YouTube ads. If everyone's running over here because they're scared to be on camera and create video ads instead, because they're scared of being judged by their family and friends, you've got literal gun to your head and you're worried about what family, it's ridiculous. So if you're scared about what your family and friends are gonna say, you go and run Facebook ads with everybody else. Super competitive. I'm gonna be over here with YouTube. Not only that, the second reason why I'd be using YouTube ads is because think about it. You're trying to drive traffic to another video. YouTube is a video platform. You watch an 8-minute video to 20-minute long video. Sometimes my videos go on for about an hour, right? So I'm trying to drive traffic from a long form video to another video. So it's video to video platform. Sometimes on Facebook, by the way, you're scrolling, reading text, and you're just there for a quick burst of dopamine. Sometimes on Instagram, you're watching reels for like 3 seconds. So for somebody to go watch an Instagram reel for like 3 seconds or something like that, to then see your ad, to then click on a video, to then watch a whole 20-minute video or 12-minute video, which is your video sales letter, is a big ask. Whereas on YouTube, people are already watching 10-minute plus long videos anyway. So it's the traffic sources. The traffic source matches the action I'm trying to get them to take. They're already watching 12-minute long videos. I'm trying to get them to watch another 12-minute long video by clicking onto my website and signing up for it. It matches, the traffic source matches. The next thing about YouTube ads as well is because Google owns YouTube, and YouTube is an intent-based marketing platform. Let me give you an example. Facebook ads right now, when you think about it, here's what happens. You scroll on a feed on your Facebook, right? Or your Instagram, and an ad pops up and interrupts you. So you're less likely to click on that ad. The reason for that is because the ad needs to be perfectly placed at the right time. Whereas on YouTube, chances are you've typed in how to start SMMA or how to start this business or how to start this or whatever it is. You go onto YouTube typically to learn something. So you already have intent. And I'm able, not only that, but I'm able to show my ads on YouTube in front of your favorite gurus that you're watching. All the make money online gurus. If I had a make money online offer, I could show my ads in front of Mr. Iman Gadji's videos. Probably be very expensive to do so, but you get the point. These are people with intent. So these ads would drive to a landing page. So people click on the ad. I'm pretty sure you've seen these. These will be free, those skip ads where you can skip after like 5 or 3 seconds or whatever it is, 30-second ads. You know what I'm talking about, the mid-roll ads, where it's, you know, interrupt your video. You're already watching something about making money online anyway, and I talk about another way to make money online. So you've already got intent showing me that you're interested in making money online. That's good. Intent-based. You're already watching video. I'm trying to get you to watch another video. That's good as well. So dropping you onto a landing page, I'm expecting around 20% of people opting in. So out of 100 people, 80 people will bounce, 20 people will give me their name, email, and phone number. You need to collect their name, email, and phone number for this to work. They then watch a 12-minute long video, which is called a video sales letter, which is a video that's designed to basically sell you on booking in a call. 5% conversion rate is about typical. That basically means out of 100 people, only 5 people are booking in. Then what you need to figure out is how to close 1 person out of 6. So if your cost per book call is $300 and you close, it takes you about 6 calls to close 1 client, that's $1,800 US. It's gonna cost you to get 1 new client at $5,000 each. So as you can see, this is profitable at 2.77 ROAS. So the funnel maths looks like this. You've got $3 cost per click. It costs about $3 to get someone to click on your ads. It roughly varies. Your actual real metric should be how much it's costing you to book a call. I don't care if my cost per click is like $20, as long as my cost per book call is like less than $300. See what I'm trying to say? So don't just stick to these metrics. These are just rough averages. So $300 times 1 in 6 people equals, so basically $300 times 6 equals 1,800 cost per acquisition. How much it's gonna cost you to get a client? 5 grand divided by 1.8K equals 2.77 robots. Return on advertising spend. That's how much you're returning. $1 in, $2.77 back out. So here's what it requires to set up this funnel. You need a landing page and a pixel. I recommend using Hyros by Alex Becker. I also recommend having Google Analytics on your funnel and a Facebook pixel. Facebook pixel, Google Analytics, Hyros. That can be set up in less than 30 minutes. Just copy and paste some code. I also recommend using your landing pages being ClickFunnels. I've got no ClickFunnels affiliate link, so don't ask me. VSL, you need your video sales letter needs to be like an 8 to 12 minute long video of it just being sheer value of you just explaining who this is for, who it's not for, explaining your crazy guarantee and what you're gonna do if the guarantee fails. It should just be outlandishly stupid, this guarantee, by the way, because again, you've got a gun to your head. So you've got to make money or you're a gunner, literally. After they've watched the video, you want a calendar link on the page so that you can point them to book in a call. So Calendly is literally $0. ClickFunnels is $97 a month. This isn't even gonna worry you. This is irrelevant anyway, because if you don't make the money, you're dead anyway. So don't even worry about it. Just sign up to it. Appointment setters. Here's what I'd do. I'd go and find an appointment setter maybe on day one, but we probably don't even got time for that. So you might as well just X this off the list. Just X this off the list. But if you was doing this long term, you'd have an appointment setter. So I thought I'd throw that in there. You would also set up SMS notifications. So when people actually opt into your landing page, so again, the landing page is gonna have a big headline. Here's how to quit your job in the next 6 months by building a marketing agency. Or here's how to quit your job in the next 30 days by building an AI automation agency, or whatever it is that you're selling. It needs to be, or here's how to lose weight, blah, 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 if you're a CEO. It needs to be something that's extremely valuable that people will pay money for. I'll explain that in a second. I'll explain how to find good offers in a second. So you need SMS notifications for when people give you their name, email, and phone number. That phone number needs to be text. There needs to be automated text messages. There's multiple software that you can do this. Just Google SMS, text message, lists. How to SMS my list on Google. You'll find loads of software. The price varies for those. Price doesn't even matter anyway, because like I said, you got a gun to your head, you're gonna die if you don't do this. Backend emails, you can use a tool called GetResponse. That's what I'm using right now. It's like $40 a month or whatever it is. Again, price is irrelevant. So let's talk about the methodology of this. This is how you're actually gonna pull this off, right? First of all, here's what you're gonna do. Let's get serious now. Boom. You're gonna block off your calendar for 3 days to research offers, and you're gonna set up ads. So you need to research people's offers that are also in your market. You need to set up ads, and you need to set up your VSL with a pixel. It's only 3 things you need to do. Research offers, so you can reverse engineer them and come up with your own. Reverse other people's ads, so you can come up with your own. And reverse other people's funnels, so you can basically build your own. It's a bunch of reverse engineering. You need to steal. Great artist copy, good artist copy, great artist steal is the saying. So day one, here's what I would recommend you do. Block off your calendar for 3 days. So the first 3 days is just literally building. You've got to build. Replicate people's offers and ads by looking in their ads library and start scripting out your VSL. It's going to take you about 12 hours to do that. So researching offers, finding what other people are offering, finding out what other people are guaranteeing. You've got no time to read books by like Alex Hormozi, $100 million. You've got no time to read that. So you've got to just go to the market now and start looking at other people's offers, other people's ads library, other people's ads, and seeing what they're saying in their ads and their offers and their VSLs to reverse engineer it. You then write your own script and finish it on day 2, and then record the VSL, which is just an 8-minute long video. It's going to be scrappy, no editing. It has to be scrappy. Again, there's no time to get an editor and do all this fancy stuff. So all that fancy stuff needs to be gone, or you're gonna be gone, literally. Then you upload it. That might take you about 8 to 10 hours. You're then gonna build the landing page. The landing page is not gonna take you that long. It's probably 1 to 2 hours. The landing page is just gonna be a plain white page with a big block of text on it. No image. There's literally no image on your page. It's just a big giant button saying opt in. Watch the training. That's literally a big headline. State your guarantee underneath that big button. There's no images on the page. Literally not even an image on the page. You're then going to build that page. That'll probably take you about, I don't even know why I said 2 hours. It's probably gonna take you about 30 minutes to build that page. Let's not lie. 30 minutes to 1 hour to build that page. I don't know why it would take you 1 hour to write one headline and a guaranteed below it and then put a button there. But hey, who? You know what I mean? You guys want to waste time apparently and watch Netflix style YouTube content. So, you know, that's up to you guys. Anyway, 5 welcome emails. You need to use that. AKA build those. You can use AI to build these. So you can literally type into ChatGPT, write me 5 welcome emails to people that opted into my VSL. Obviously you can put a better prompt in there. I've got prompts in my program, not plugging that, but you get the point. It will actually write you 5 different emails with 5 different subject lines, so you can do this in 1 hour. Play around with it and get 5 emails that you like. You're going to need these emails for when people opt in to get them to watch the video and book in a call. They need to book in a call. You're not probably going to get people to watch your ad, click on your VSL, watch the VSL and then book straight away. Most people are going to book, they're going to opt in, then they're going to watch the video and then they're going to think about it and all that crazy stuff. Well, you need to be hitting them up with SMS messages, like actual text messages on their phone and emails in the back end to push them to book in a call and to rewatch the video and then to push them to book in the call. Day 3, I don't know why I did that. Day 3 is you're gonna record 5 rough ads and publish them. I would do YouTube ads if I was you guys. But again, most of you guys are scared to be on camera. So you're just gonna go and do the most saturated thing, which is, you know, Facebook ads. You're gonna go waste all your money. I'm not saying that Facebook ads are bad or anything like that, but I probably am guessing you're gonna get a better ROI if you use YouTube ads. Why? Because think about it, if most of the population is scared to do YouTube ads, they're gonna go to Facebook ads. And if that's the case, this is going to be saturated, this is not. Just out of the sheer principle of bitchness. You call it the principle of bitchness. The path of least resistance is what people always follow. So you go and find the path of most resistance. The principle of bitchness kicks in right there. You're then gonna publish 5 ads. You're gonna record and publish 5 ads. You're then gonna set up your free SMS messages to make sure that they go out automatically. Immediately getting them to rewatch the video and book in a call. And then you're gonna have 2 more reminders to make sure that they book in a call. You can even have 6 in here if you want to, if you really want to go for it, because you've got a gun to your head, so why not? You might as well market the hell out of it. So if you don't book in calls anyway, you're dead. Then you're gonna have your calendar set up, which is just Calendly. That would not take you 1 hour, to probably take you about 30 minutes. There you go, change that for you. On day 4 to day 30, here's what you're gonna be spending the rest of your days doing, because the hardest bit about this funnel is the initial setup. Setting up the funnel, the VSL, writing the ads, scripting the ads, recording the ads, uploading the ads, publishing the ads, setting up the emails, setting up the SMS messages. If you want help with this, book a call below. Not plugging that, but definitely book a call below. That's what we help with. Anyway, long story short, very contradictory, to be honest with you. But anyway, long story short, day 4 to day 30, open your calendar up again, because we blocked it off, remember? And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna spend all day personally sending Loom videos and dialing those numbers that opted in to your funnel. So when somebody opts in with their name, phone number, and email, they're getting automatic emails and automatic SMS messages. What you wanna do is you just wanna spend all day, every day, just marketing to those leads, because those are leads. You want them to book in a call. They just might need pushing a little bit more. So what you gotta do is you gotta call them. Literally, you've gotta pick up the phone and call them. I'd rather you call these numbers than doing fucking cold calls. Because these aren't technically cold calls, these are calling your own leads. You're calling your own list. These are leads that you've generated that have opted into your funnel that know your voice. You see how it's much different than just calling a random business that you found on Google, who's never heard of you, never seen you. At least these people have seen an ad from you, they've clicked on your ad and then actually opted in, and now they're hearing the same voice that they just heard from a YouTube YouTube ad. See what I'm trying to say? And all these, what you're doing here is you're pushing for calls all day, every day. That's all you'd be doing all day, every day. You'd be doing daily email to your list as well. Daily SMS. You might as well, because you're gonna end up being dead. There's no such thing in this particular scenario as doing too much marketing. Because if you don't do enough marketing, guess what's gonna happen? You guessed it. Also, your day should be spent looking at your ads performance, launching new ads, tweaking ads, scaling ads, and turning ads off. So the ads that you turn off and the ads that you scale, you want to make more ads that look like the ads that are already winning. So the ads that got the best cost per click, so the lowest cost per click and the lowest cost per book call, you scale those ads by spending more money on those ads, and you keep scaling it up. And you should be spending anywhere between $100 per day on each ad. So if you've got 5 ads running, 100 times 5 means you need to be spending about $500 a day on each ad. If you don't like this, click off the video. I'm just here to tell you the real shit. If you've got a gun to your head, this is what you've got to do. And you've got to make 20 grand or you're dead. This is what you got to do. You're worried about spending $500 a day and you're going to be dead at 30 days. Are you an idiot? So you've got to be aggressive. The aim is to book 42 calls. And for those that cannot afford your 5K fee, as soon as at the end of the call, you're dropping the price, it's 5K. You can offer a split pay. So this is what's going to happen. You're going to jump on the call, you're going to book in calls, jump on those calls, provide a bunch of value, figure out their A point, their B point, where they're currently at, where they're trying to go to, and then you bridge the gap by saying your program is going to help them get from point A to point B, and we guarantee it, or we work for free, or we give some sort of refund, or we hire you, or we wire you this much money. You have to do some sort of crazy outlandish guarantee. You have to, right? And if they can't afford the 5K up front, you're gonna have to split it in two. I would recommend doing 3K times 2, so it's 6K. So you actually should pitch 6K up front, or 6K split pay. But in this case, technically, you actually want to do 5K up front, to be fair. Let me rewind. Rewind. That was there's your animation effect for those that can't sit down for 2 minutes. Pitch the 5K up front, right? And if at worst case scenario, they can't afford that, then split it in 2 payments, but charge 3K. So 3K today and 3K in 30 days time. And if they cannot afford that and they still say it's out of their budget, then what you can do is you can downsell them. This is key. Most people don't think like this, because here's why. Amateurs think about getting paid on the front end. Expert marketers figure out how to get paid on the back end. All businesses do, like McDonald's. They bring you in at cost them $2 for you to buy like a $1 burger, so they're actually down $1, but they upsell you fries and a drink, so they get paid on the back end. See what I'm trying to say? Chick-fil-A does this as well. So if they cannot afford your fee, what you can do is you can downsell them some sort of digital program that you're going to create in the future. Or you can downsell them, even better yet, a 3-day event. You can downsell them a 3-day event at the end of the month. So you jump on a call, pitch them 5K. If they can't afford that, it's 3K times 2. If they can't afford that, that's your second option. The third option is saying, okay, cool. Well, guess what? If you can't afford that, I really do want to work with you. We're actually got a 3-day event coming up at the end of this month. Obviously after the 30 days, because you want to make sure it's in 30 days. And we've only got 10 spots available for that. It's only 1K. You want to put the deposit down now. They put the 1K down. At least you've generated 1K there. Made some advertising money back. See what I'm trying to say? You've got a downsell. You've got to have a downsell. If you don't have a downsell, it's going to be very difficult. That's funnel number 1. I've already broken down the funnel mask, but this would be the funnel number 1. That's called the VSL funnel. This will probably work and always work pretty much ever. This has been working since the start of the internet. I don't even know who figured this stuff out, but it's been working ever since. It works ever since. It just works. So that's VSL. It's fully automated, but it's expensive. But it's quick. It's quick, it's automated, but it's expensive. Or should I say it's expensive because it's quick and automated. Remember, there's always a price to pay when it comes to this sort of stuff. Funnel number 2 is the cross-pollination funnel. I call it the cross-pollination funnel, which is cheaper, but it's slightly slower. Notice, when you really want to pay for speed, in this particular case, you've got to pay money. If you don't mind waiting a bit, you pay less money. That's how it works. That's how life works. Get over it. That's how the cookie crumbles. Get over it. Stop crying. Don't cry to me. But this also, what I've noticed with a cross-pollination funnel is it also grows your followers over time, and it compounds, because the more and more followers you generate, the more followers stay on your page, and the more content you post, the more warm they get over time as well. And it becomes more and more profitable over time. The only problem is we don't have time. But this can still work. So I've actually produced this same funnel and talked about it on this very same YouTube channel. And you can go and look at that. I actually made 86 grand in 44 days flat, or 45 days flat. So let's talk about this funnel real quick. So the cross-pollination funnel looks like this. We run ads back to our Instagram page. So this is different. Previously, we were running ads to a landing page, which is an external source. For example, running a YouTube ad and then getting people to click on a website like montelgordon.com/VSL. That would be my own domain. Whereas this, we're running ads on Instagram to get people to check out our content on Instagram. So yes, you've got to have content on Instagram, but you can spend like 2 days setting it up. I'll explain that in a second. This content needs to be what you call your middle of funnel content. Imagine a funnel. At the top of the funnel, you've got ads. In the middle of funnel, you've got content. But like slightly mid to bottom of the funnel, you've got DMs, and then below DMs, you've got calls. So this is what the funnel is going to look like. Ads, you run, these are boosted posts, by the way, boosted posts on Instagram. You run them and get people to check out your middle of funnel content or DM you for a certain resource. This then produces DMs. These DMs, and this is why it's called the cross-pollination funnel. These DMs, you have a conversation with these people, or you have an appointment set up for this one. Most of the time, you're probably going to want an appointment set up for this one, unless you want to work 16 hours a day. If you don't mind working 16 hours a day because you know you're going to have your brain blown out, then it's completely fine. You're dead anyway if you don't do this. So DMs, what's going to end up happening? You're going to have a bunch of DMs, or a whole bunch of people that started following you. Every single follower, every single liker, commenter, every single person that even breathes on your page, you're DMing. Any liker, commenter, engager, DMer, you're DMing them. You're having a conversation with them. It can either go two ways. Number one, you can directly book them in a call on a calendar by just sending them over a calendar link in the DM section. Jump on a call with them and then try close them. You're starting to see this? Or for people that aren't as warm yet, what you can do is you can send them over to a YouTube channel or a YouTube playlist or a YouTube VSL. So you got three options there. You can send them to a YouTube channel if you've got a bunch of content on your YouTube channel. You won't at this particular point because you didn't listen to me 6 years ago when I told you to build a personal brand. You instead all did cold outreach, and now you're all wondering how to make money. It's not through cold outreach. So now you're going to start listening to me and building YouTube channels. Cool. So your DMs, you're going to send them over to your YouTube channel if you've got a lot of content. If you haven't got a lot of content, then you send them over to a very specific video on your YouTube channel called a VSL. This is a different type of VSL. It's kind of similar to what we talked about on the website. It's just that this one's hosted on YouTube. So you post your VSL on YouTube. And it's just a regular Miro board like I'm using right now. Your VSL can literally be a Miro board like I'm using right now. In fact, I could actually even turn this YouTube video into my VSL by pinning it to my featured section. So if this is pinned, it did well. And it's my VSL now. If not, then it's completely fine. I don't really plan this being a VSL. This was just more of a challenge. I actually got a comment on one of my videos. But you get the point. DMs get pushed over to either a VSL, your YouTube channel in general, if you've just got a big channel, which you won't, I'm guessing. Or you send them to a playlist, like a mini course, like a mini playlist on like a hidden private playlist on your YouTube channel. The reason why we want to do this is because the next time they open up YouTube, guess who's going to be on their algorithm, even if they don't subscribe? It's going to be you. Because they watch one of your YouTube videos, even if they don't subscribe, they watch like 10 seconds of one of your YouTube videos, just one of them. The next time they open up YouTube, you're going to be there on their home feed. It's amazing. I call that a shadow strategy. You're then pushing, this whole YouTube channel should be pushing with links in the description to book in a call. Even when you're booking calls through DMs, by the way, you should push to your YouTube channel so that the people that jump on calls with you are actually warm. So this is what this funnel is going to look like. This is what the maths looks like. So CPF stands for cost per follow. So when you run these ads, you're trying to get people to follow you and then DM you. So your cost per follow needs to be around $2. Well, it will be about $2. Mine's lower than that. When I run these ads, I don't have them running right now. So if you're trying to steal my ads, very smart of you, but I don't have them running right now. I'll explain maybe in another video. No, we haven't got time. I'm trying to save you from not having your brains blown out right now. So cost per follow, $2. That basically means for every $2 you spend, you generate one new follow. For every 80 followers that you get, one of them should book in a call because you're probably going to be terrible at setting. You can get this number down as you get better, but you're probably, when you first start off, you're going to be terrible. I'm factoring all this in. So $2 is higher than normal, but I'm factoring in that you suck at ads. I'm also factoring in that you suck at appointment setting because you've been doing cold outreach your whole life. You don't really know how business really actually works. So then your cost per book call, if you think about it, $2 times 80 is $160. That basically means for every $160 you spend on these Instagram ads, you're booking in a call, which is much cheaper, as you can see. It's actually almost half as cheap as the previous funnel. If you factor in that you still have a 1 in 6 close rate because you suck at closing, which we all do when we first start, don't worry about it, You need to times 160 by 6 and you get a cost per acquisition of $960, much cheaper. But these are real numbers that you're probably gonna wanna stick to. Well, put it this way, they're very realistic numbers. Notice how I didn't willy wash or pause, that sounds gay as hell. Notice how I didn't beat around the bush or anything like that in this video. I told you straight what it is. If you don't like these numbers, then figure out how to make money to get a job, come back and run this sort of stuff. You probably shouldn't be building a business when you're completely broke anyway, to be honest with you. I probably wouldn't if I was going back. It's just too much of a hassle, especially with all this AI software and everybody trying to do cold outreach. You got no chance. Ads are just gonna allow you to just skip straight past all the foolishness and not get your brains blown out in this particular scenario. So if you do the maths on this, $5,000, that's how much you're selling your program for, divided by $960 is 5.2 ROAS. Let's actually do the maths on this. Let's do some more maths. So for this particular funnel, you only need around 6 clients at $5,000 each at 30 grand. Your total ad spend is going to be about 5.7K and your profit is going to be about 24 grand. So 30 grand minus this number here equals this number here. Your cost per follow, like I said, $2. It's going to cost you about $2 to generate a new follower that's a qualified follower. The ads need to be a post that you have on your Instagram, and it should just be, hey, if you're this type of person, aka your niche, and you're struggling with these things, and you want a way to achieve this thing, and you insert what they want to achieve, their desires, drop us a follow and send it as a DM. So you should be saying that and weeding out all the people who aren't your ideal target market by what you say in the ad. It's what you say in the ad that basically qualifies your ads. I like to call these prospecting ads, because what you say, your script, is how you qualify them. Because think about it, if you come across an ad and it says, if you're a doctor and you're trying to get more patients for your doctor clinic, you need to try these things. Drop me a follow if you want to learn more. You're not going to follow that if you're like a mum, stay-at-home mum. You know what I'm trying to say? So 1 in 80 followers are going to book in a call, roughly 1 in 80 followers. It's $160 cost per book call. How much it's costing you to book a call. 1 in 6 of them close, so that's 960 cost per acquisition, cost per client. So that basically means you're getting a 5.2 ROAS, much higher than before, as you can see. These numbers are heavenly, by the way. Like these are ridiculous numbers. Like even when they're bad, they're good. 2.7 ROAS versus a 5.2 ROAS. You know where you should be spending your money long term, is what I'm trying to say. If you're tuned in and not junked up on frigging cold outreach. Jesus Christ. So here's the funnel requirements. You need an Instagram page, can start with 0 followers. I don't want to hear your excuses. You've got 30 days to do this. 9 posts on it, all valuable, and they all have a call to action to DM you for some sort of free resource or free something. Free guide, free resource, free ebook, free training, whatever it is. You need a YouTube channel with about 5 videos on it. This can be done very quickly. You can post 5 videos in 5 days. You can post 9 posts in 3 days. So 3 posts a day. YouTube. Now you've got your content in like 2 days or whatever it is. You need the optimized bio of who you help with your guarantee in it. I can't even spell guarantee. I do know how to make $1 million online. Plus, calendar link needs to be Calendly. That costs you $0, and that needs to be in your bio. You probably are going to want an appointment setter for this one, but you might not have time to find one, so you might have to just what do you call it? Ignore this. Over time you'd want an appointment setter. That's why I'm throwing that in there. SMS notifications for when people book in. For when people booked in, to remind them that they have a call with you and to actually show up. Back-end emails as well. You want back-end emails so when people do book in a call with you using your calendar link, again in the DMs, people go to your YouTube channel, they then book in a call, or you just DM, you have DM conversation, you send them over the calendar link, they book in, they instantaneously get SMS notifications reminding them of their call. They also get back-end emails to warm them up as well. And realistically, you don't need a website for this funnel. Although, if you have like a book call page with just like a video on it, so when you, instead of sending them just a plain calendar link, you could have just a link that just has a video on it with no opt-in. There's no opt-in on this one. It's different because you've done your funneling first through the DM section. You have conversations with people, figure out if they're a good fit, then you send them over to the calendar link, and that calendar link can be replaced with a landing page that has a video on it. It's like 12 minutes long or 6 minutes long in this particular case, because it's a different video. Basically, it's a more warm video. You're not collecting emails on that one because you don't need to. You've already talked to them in the DMs. Funnel 2 methodology. So here's the methodology behind this. So you want to block off 3 days again, 3 to 4 days again, to research offers and set up ads and see other people's YouTube VSLs. Go and find gurus in your area, in your niche, or even outside your niche, and bring in those strategies to your niche. That would be absolutely killer, by the way. I'm going to repeat that. Go and find gurus that are outside of your niche and bring their strategies into your niche. You need to start thinking like a guru. To me, it's clear as day that pretty much everybody's broke except gurus. What are the gurus doing that most people aren't doing? And then go and do what gurus are doing. They've all got YouTube channels, YouTube VSLs. They're running ads and creating content. Replicate them. So replicate other people's content, offers, ads, so you can look into their ads library. Set up a Calendly as well on day one. You want to send script out your YouTube VSL, record your VSL and upload it to YouTube as a public video. Take you about 4 hours to do that. You want to start building out your Instagram page by creating posting 3 times a day for like 3 days. So you got 9 posts on there. You need a minimum of 9 posts on there and 5 videos on the YouTube channel. You're then going to record about 3 to 6 Instagram ads a day. I would do like 3 Instagram ads a day and publish it. Again, you've got 30 days not to die. I don't want to hear no excuses about you feel tired. It's a lot of work, but guess what's even harder than a lot of work? Getting a bullet in the head. I can guarantee it. Day 5 to 30, spend all day personally sending messages, voice notes, videos to your new followers saying, hey, thanks for the follow. You can literally jump on your phone, spend all day on your phone, just DMing people, trying to set calls, having conversations, sending voice notes, sending videos to them. Hey, thanks for dropping the follow. These are, you're DMing all your new followers. Obviously, you're replying to people that have DM'd you. You're DMing everybody that likes your ad, comments on the ad, all that sort of stuff. And you're pushing them to either booking a call straight away or to your funnel, your VSL, on YouTube. Just a YouTube video. You're then going to do daily stories and daily posts. And you're also going to send out emails to your list for people that have booked in already. You're then going to spend your days looking at your ad performance and launching and tweaking new ads, like I just said in the previous funnel. It's the same thing. When you run ads, you got to tweak them, look at them continuously, see which ads you should scale, see which ones you should delete and turn off. And obviously, you want to make sure that you're replicating the winning ads as well. You can look into your metrics and see which ads are getting the lowest cost per follow. All that sort of stuff. It's a good way to look at your KPIs. You should be spending around $100 per day on each ad. So be aggressive. Again, if you're not going to be aggressive, the person that's shooting you in your head is going to be aggressive. See what I'm trying to say? Your aim is to generate 42 calls and close 1 in 6. And for those, and again, this is just a good principle just in business, so I've got it here twice. Those that can't afford the 5K fee up front, you offer them a split pay at 3K times 2. If they cannot afford the 3K times 2, you've got to downsell them at $1,000 for a 3-day event that starts at the end of the month. Now, I've already got a video on this particular funnel, by the way, this exact funnel. It's on my YouTube channel about how I made 86 grand in 45 days flat. So go and watch that if you are here and you want more help. In summary, let's summarize this. In summary, to not get your head blown off. Long term, I would pick funnel number 2, which is the Instagram funnel, which is like I call it the cross-pollination funnel. So long term, for the health of business, because I don't really like the outlandish guarantees, and thankfully I don't have a gun to my head, I would pick funnel number 2 because it not only gets you clients, which is how I get my clients right now, but it grows you followers over time, which then turns into more clients and more clients and more clients. When you generate followers on Instagram, it builds your personal brand. When you build a personal brand and you listen to Montel and you post content, people get warm over time. They watch your YouTube videos. They tap into that. They look at your stories. They look at your posts. Sometimes people have been following me on Instagram for maybe 2 months and they decide, you know what, now is the time to actually book in a call with Montel. By the time they booked in a call, it's like talking to a friend. They wire me over $3,500 for my program. It's actually going up to 5K, by the way. And they become a client just like that. It's also, this funnel here is also about 50-ish%, I think it's like 50%-ish, like maybe 40%, 45% cheaper than the VSL funnel. But in this scenario, I have to give it to the VSL funnel, even though it's more expensive. Because if I had a gun to my head and I was literally going to die, the VSL funnel is more direct and it has a much shorter sales window / cycle. For example, when a new follow drops you, a new guy drops you a follow on Instagram, you have a conversation with them, they might take about 60 days for them to warm up because they just dropped you a follow on Instagram. It's too much of a commitment to booking a call right now. It might take them about 60 days to book in a call. Sometimes they book in a call within 7 days. Sometimes it takes them 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, 6 months. So if I had a gun to my head though, and I was gonna die, it would be the VSL for sure. No doubt about it. If I was gonna die, yeah, of course. VSL funnel, because it's more direct, I can literally shout my friggin' guarantee in their face like I've been shouting at you guys and frothing at the mouth. It's a much shorter sales window, cycle, because you're trying to book calls right now. You're saying you need to book a call right now because this guarantee is not gonna last forever. You get them to book in a call right there after they watch that 12-minute video on the VSL. So my bet, if I was gonna die, 30 days, it'd be the VSL funnel. Just to summarize again what the VSL funnel looks like, it looks like this. Ads to a landing page, to a VSL, to book call, to close client. It's expensive, but guess what? It's also expensive to die. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you need help with this, book a call below because I do operate both of these funnels. If you need help with either of these funnels, book in a call. If not, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's a very good scenario. I'm glad that you guys were able to sit around for whoever I'm speaking to right now. Go and implement this. Honestly, like, think about it. Like, life's short. We never know when we're gonna die. You never know when we're gonna die. You know, God forbid, or whatever you believe in, it could be tomorrow. It could be in 30 days. If we had a number on the top of our head, counting down the days until our demise, we would start thinking like this and we would start taking action. And all those little stupid questions you guys ask me, no offense to you guys or anything like that, they go away because it makes you think clearly. If I was gonna die anyway tomorrow or like 30 days from now, I might as well just set this up. You know what I mean? I had to make the 30 grand or the 20 grand. Might as well just set this up. All those little questions like, oh, what should I offer or this thing or that thing? Just literally ask yourself, if I was going to die in 30 days and I had to make 20 grand, what would I do? All those little questions like, oh, all those little nervous feelings you get. Like, oh, should I spend money on ads? That goes away. You've got to spend money on ads. Should I do cold outreach or run ads? You already know what you should do. It stops you from making dumb decisions, is what I'm trying to say. When you put a deadline that's actually a deadline onto this sort of stuff, it makes you start thinking very clearly and it becomes clear on what you should do. So maybe we all should start asking ourselves, if I had 30 days to live and I had to make 20 grand, what would I do? If I was to ask you that question, what would you do? Put it in the comments below if you want to. Help boost the algorithm or whatever it is. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. I ran over my little timer, but if you need help, book a call below. Enjoy it. Go make some money. Peace.